Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back to my 31 Days of October review series, and today we're going to be reviewing the Ghostbusters remake from 2016.
You all are drawing a lot of attention.
Do you have any idea how many federal regulations you're breaking?
1,
No.
2,
No.
1.5. You wanna go find some ghosts?
Come on.
The hat is too much, right?
Get out of my friend! Ghost!
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters stars Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon, Chris Hemsworth, and is directed by Paul Feig. The plot of Ghostbusters is that 4 women, Kristen Wiig's Erin, Melissa McCarthy's Abby, Leslie Jones' Patty, and Kate McKinnon's Jillian, end up becoming a bunch of paranormal investigators and actually find out that the paranormal does exist and start up their own ghost-catching service known as the Ghostbusters. It's all fun and good until somebody starts releasing these spirits from a portal and they need to team up to stop this threat and saving New York. And that is the plot of the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Honestly, it's basically the same plot that of the original movie is. So, honestly, what I like about it? Honestly, for me, I actually did like Kristen Wiig in this, actually. She was pretty good in it. I did like her character. And I also did like her chemistry with Melissa McCarthy, actually. That was pretty good. Honestly, most of their chemistry with all these women are pretty good. Like, all these female actresses are pretty good. You know, as far as when they're together and that, they're have really good chemistry. Also, I did really dug the action in this movie. Honestly, for me, that's one thing this movie actually got better than the original Ghostbusters, and that's the action sequences. Like, whoever did the choreograph in that, and just, and I think Paul Feig did an awesome job with directing the action scenes. Also, the cinematography is really good too, I'm not going to lie. It is really good. Also, I did like the music, especially the different remixes of the original Ghostbusters theme. Also, the story itself is pretty good for the most part. Like, it's actually not bad of a story. Although, to be fair, I feel like it copied a lot from the original 1984 movie, but I digress. But as far as if you were just to look at the film itself, on its own merits, the story is pretty good. Also, some of the jokes are hilarious. I'm not going to lie. I did laugh at some of the jokes. And also, while the effects do look cheesy, I think that was meant to be the point, because the original... I think that was meant to be an homage to how cheesy the effects were in the original movie. Honestly, I do like some of the effects, actually. I think they were a nice update to the effects of what we saw in the original Ghostbusters. Would I prefer them to do a lot more practical effects like in the original Ghostbusters? Yeah. But to be fair, again, the effects in the original Ghostbusters were not that good, actually. Also, I did like the final climax of the movie. I thought it was very action-packed and just really damn entertaining. What were my negatives with this movie? Honestly, for me, a lot of the humor didn't really stuck. There were some moments of humor that I did laugh at, but other than that, not really. In fact, a lot of the humor was just butt jokes. And I'm like, I don't remember the original having that many butt jokes, if any at all. So I think they could have got somebody to write better humor for this movie. Also, I did not like the remix version of The Receptionist with Chris Hemsworth as Kevin. Mainly because they made Chris Hemsworth seem like a complete idiot throughout the movie. And to me, that's not funny. I mean, it could be funny. They could have done it and made it funny, but they didn't. And here's the thing. I know Chris Hemsworth could be funny. I've seen him in Thor Ragnarok, which was the very first Thor movie I've seen. And he was hilarious in that. But the material he had to work with this was not good. Whether it be the writing or Paul Feig directing him poorly. And honestly, for me, that's why I kind of prefer the original film's Receptionist over Chris Hemsworth. Because at least she in the original was written much better, written much funnier. The only time I really thought Chris Hemsworth was somewhat funny and enjoyable in this movie was when he did kind of became like the host of the villain of the movie. Like the villain like basically possessed Chris Hemsworth, and that's when I think he really shined in the movie. That I found him the most entertaining. But other than that, I think, you know, they should have, like, I would not mind if they made him like a, like, funny idiot. But the way they handled it was not funny. I'm not going to lie. And just overall, again, most of the humor just did not land for me. It didn't. Honestly, for me, if there's one character I did not like, that comes close to Chris Hemsworth's character in this, and that would be Kate McKinnon as Jillian. I mean, I didn't really care for her personality in this. Like, I don't know, like, she just kind of came off as annoying, honestly, and a bit cringeworthy. And another thing I didn't like is that, honestly, there were just a lot of pointless cameos throughout this movie from actors from the original Ghostbusters, like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, even Sigourney Weaver. Like all these just seemed like were shameless cameos. And yeah. And in fact, there were some of these cameos, there were certain actors I had no idea that's who they were. Like, it kind of took us a while to recognize some of them. In fact, one of them we still had not recognized until I searched up the cast and crew, like, list for this movie. And that's Sigourney Weaver. I did not recognize her whatsoever in this movie. And it just felt like all these people were from the original were just shoehorned in to this movie. And they weren't even portraying the original characters. Which I think that would have been a bit better. Because it would be like, oh, hey, there's this killer. Oh, hey, here's this character in that. It's like, that would at least make more sense. Also, I did not like the main antagonist. I really didn't. It's just some asshole. Just some asshole. Like, seriously, he was so forgettable. Like, I'd even remember the antagonist, I even remember the villain more from Ghostbusters 2 than this. Than this guy. Seriously, but honestly, those are my only real negatives, and those are kind of big negatives. But yeah, there's some stuff in this movie I did really like, and even one thing that this movie did better than the original, which is a lot more than I was expecting, honestly. But there are quite a few negatives that actually keep it from being a really good movie. And honestly, I think if written better and directed better, I think this could have been a really good movie, actually. And with that said, I'm going to give Ghostbusters from 2016 a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I was not expecting me to give it that rating, actually. I was expecting it to be like a 1 star or less. But it was a genuine surprise, actually. I did like a lot of things with this one. There was, of course, some stuff that actually did not work. Honestly, for me, I think there's a little bit more good stuff in this than bad. But the bad stuff is really out there. And I think if they had even much more competent director and writer, those issues could have been easily fixed and would have made this maybe a 5-star movie. I see the potential with that. Seriously, for me, if you actually, worked on the humor a bit more, fixed some of the characters, made a much better villain, also maybe a lot better effects, and get rid of the shameless cameos, because it's oh boy. I would have preferred them not to have those cameos, because, with the exception of Slimer, that was the best cameo. In fact, we even got a female Slimer, which was pretty cool. But overall, I don't think this movie is as bad as everybody's been saying it is, but I still have a lot of issues with it. From it being, for me keeping it from being what could have potentially been a really great movie. But I still think it's better than Ghostbusters 2. Like, seriously, fuck Ghostbusters 2. Like, seriously, fuck that in the ass. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.